Good evening. Thank you for being here today. At least we're inside, which is different from a lot of nights that we did these blue lights. I see Mr. McGee, our former township manager out here, who was with our first blue light, I believe 12 years ago. That's correct. And we stood across the street in the rain. About the same temperature, but it rained. So we're thankful for the hospitality of the Horsham Fire Company for allowing us to be here tonight. I want to move this along because tonight is about the 26 white lights that are across the street. I'd like to start off the evening by introducing the people that are on the dais. My current council manager, William Walker, President of Council, Mark McCouch. Vice President Council, William Whiteside, Council Member Greg Benson, Council Member Andrew Santacroce, and Council Member Deb Huss. In the second row, we have Detective Bob Waltz, our keynote speaker, Eleanor Aliano, our Fire Marshal from Horsham, George Fida. We're missing Stuart Greenleaf, but he still may show up. Our County Commissioner, Joe Hoffel, has not arrived yet. He is. Come on up, Joe, please. So one of the problems is we closed Horsham Road down. So if you're not precise, in Horsham tradition. Good evening, sir. All right. Thank you for coming. Most welcome. State Representative Tom Burke and new State Representative Todd Stevens. Thank you all for being here. I would like to ask newly elected State Representative Todd Stevens.
When you're tall, you have to learn to pull the mic out of the stand. I'll put it back on. It truly is an honor to be here this evening to recognize and honor those police officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our community. As an assistant district attorney for almost 10 years, I had the privilege of working side by side with many of the people here this evening and police officers across Montgomery County. And one of the things that always struck me was, you know, when you thought you were having a bad day, when you got up to go to work and you kind of wondered what your day was going to bring, most of us probably thought the worst thing that could happen to us all day might be we would get fired. And when you think about it, when a police officer gets up in the morning and goes to, oh, actually, there's my mistake. It's not always the morning when they get up to go to work, but when they go to work, the worst thing that can happen to them is that they don't come home. And unfortunately, as we can see a little bit later on by the tree that's going to be lit across the street, there are 26 individuals who never came home. And it's so important that we continue to honor those that have fallen and those that continue to serve. It was just about 6 months ago, I had the unfortunate honor of prosecuting a man who shot at Horsham police officers right here. I guess that case took about 3 years to work its way through the criminal justice system. I'd run for office twice in that period of time. As I handled that sentencing hearing and listened to the police officers testify about how they felt when they came under fire that August evening, you know, they just showed up for work that evening, again, not knowing what they'd find. And then when they got to the end of a driveway here in Horsham Township and were just riddled with gunfire, sending one of them diving behind a bush and another behind a car, it becomes very apparent to you as you listen to that testimony how fragile our lives really are, especially with our police officers out there serving every day. And it's so important that we continue to honor them. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and certainly appreciate the Horsham Police Department for putting this together every year to honor those fallen men and women. And may God bless you all during this holiday season.
Even though he doesn't want me to, I'm going to introduce Detective Bob Waltz. Bob Waltz is doing the job that I normally do and have done for the last 11 years. this evening. Bob, single-handedly for the last 12 years, has set up this program. He's been the lifeblood of this program. Yet, all remaining years, he's never been up here. He stays in the shadows. I'd like to thank him for making sure that each year, these 26 officers are remembered. Each year, their names are said. Please listen to those names and take the memory of at least one of those names home with you. And remember the sacrifice that they made so that we all can be safe. Protect the Bob Walter. For those with small children, there will be a rifle salute immediately following the roll call. Officer Eugene J. Chick Lucas, Conshohocken Borough Police Department. End of watch, August 13, 1917. Officer Francis X. Buck Roy, Lower Merion Township Police Department. End of watch, July 3rd, 1924. Sergeant John M. Thomas, Pennsylvania State Police. End of watch, May 8th, 1927. Officer Elwin A. Fletcher, Lower Merion Township Police Department. End of watch, June 9, 1927. Patrolman Andrew W. Miller, Pennsylvania State Highway Patrol. End of watch, April 1, 1928. Chief Warren M. Kramer, Hatboro Borough Police Department. End of watch, October 6, 1935. Officer Edgar L. Peterson, Cheltenham Township Police Department. End of watch, March 3rd, 1946. Officer Thomas J. Matthews, Abington Township Police Department. End of watch, June 29, 1949. Officer John J. Plunkett, Jenkintown Borough Police Department. End of watch, March 9, 1957. Chief Robert E. Bryan, Norristown Borough Police Department. End of watch, September 9, 1959. Trooper Francis M. Tessitore, Pennsylvania State Police. End of watch, August 5th, 1960. Chief John J. Cole, Lower Providence Township Police Department. End of watch, Christmas Day, 1963. Officer Thomas W. Cora, Pottstown Borough Police Department. End of watch, January 20th, 1964. Sergeant Francis J. Fannin, Lower Merion Township Police Department. End of watch, July 6, 1966. Officer Michael J. Solon, Upper Merion Township Police Department. End of watch, March 4, 1975. Officer David T. Hancock, Montgomery Township Police Department. End of watch, December 11, 1976. Officer Raymond Moscardelli, Ambler Borough Police Department. End of watch, January 20th, 1977. Sergeant A. Wesley Faust, New Hanover Township Police Department. End of watch, May 22, 1977. Corporal Leo M. Kachelnik, Pennsylvania State Police. End of watch, August 15, 1977.
Trooper Stanley E. Wesolowski, Pennsylvania State Police. End of watch, May 26, 1986. Sergeant George F. Opelski, West Norton Township Police Department. End of watch, September 13, 1986. Officer Edward M. Setzer, Lower Merion Township Police Department. End of watch, September 20th, 1988. Officer Thomas M. Barone, Norristown Borough Police Department. End of watch, October 11th, 1992. Special Agent Charles Reed, FBI Lansdale Office. End of watch, March 22, 1996. Officer Richard V. Lawn, Jr., Lower Gwinnett Township Police Department. End of watch, July 28, 2003. Sergeant James Miller, Upper Dublin Township Police Department. End of watch, April 20th, 2004.